Salute. Nick Streets are buzzing after a big win in ATL. The New York Knicks are on fire, heading into All-Star break. 6 games over 500. In the 6th seed now after the Heat lost. Let's talk about it. The best fan base in the streets and the best chat in the biz. 122 to 101. The New York Knicks, it was a laugher tonight. Balanced scoring. Jalen Brunson going off. Julius Randle getting ready for that All-Star. Let's go. Nick Streets assemble. Ready to have some fun and talk about this. Let's go. Big win. The New York Knicks are on fire now. 6 games over 500 and are 2 games off of 5th spot for the Brooklyn Nets after they defeated the Heat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, 122 to 101. Tonight was cruise control. And the New York Knicks won 3 out of the 4 quarters and put an exclamation mark on this stretch since acquiring Josh Hart. Right now, he chipped in off the bench nicely with Emmanuel quickly as well. But yeah, the starting unit was balanced tonight. RJ Barrett had a solid performance, bounced back offensively, and Julius Randle chipped in. Jalen Brunson, there was just no answer for him tonight. He's taken over, and he's showing the world that he is a deserving all-star. Salute chat, big task at hand. The best, let's go. Let's chop it up. We will chop this thing up. Got some news about the Friday night show as well, and a guest coming through on Friday night as we head into the All-Star break. Ladies and gentlemen, it couldn't come at a better time. The New York Knicks are hot, red hot right now. Got a chemistry boost, a toughness boost, and the bench got a boost with Josh Hart and some brilliant plays with Brunson and Hart with chemistry tonight, finding him for the 3-point ball. And it was just lovely to see. We'll continue to talk about Hart's impact tonight. You know, you guys think, you know, in terms of this acquisition, I said on the day it happened, could have been a C+, could be a B. It has room to be a B+. It's certainly looking every bit of that and more. Salute David, easy peasy win streak right now for the club. Yep, and we're putting the rest of the East on notice. Best believe that. Chemistry is huge, but when you've got nice balance now, that's what I've been wanting after this All-Star break. It's balance. You know, we didn't bring in a guy who's probably, you know, going to get in that starting unit, maybe eventually, but Hart, you know, is a nice solid addition to the bench unit, and everyone can now play their role better. Scoring off the bench is a lot easier. We'll talk about the fast break points tonight, because the New York Knicks, I think, had themselves the best fast break point game tonight. They won the fast break points 30 to 11, and the Knicks hardly ever, you know, win the fast break points, let alone by that much. Tonight we had this game on lock from the get-go, and no more letdowns, no more cardiac Knicks. You know, they just come out of the gate hot, ready to ball. Jalen Brunson looked ready from the get-go tonight. In the first quarter, the Knicks got up easily, got up hot, and a late run from the Hawks in the late end of the first quarter made the quarter look, you know, closer than what it really was. You know, it was 37 to 21 in the end, but the Knicks were basically up 20 points throughout most of that quarter, and then 29 to 23 in the second. The Hawks, after the halftime break, you know, came out, probably got a boiling by the coach, and you know, they came out and gave better effort, but the Knicks lost the third quarter 25 to 32. But that was it. You know, they tried in vain to make a late run, but I don't think the Hawks really got it anything below 11. I think it was about 11 that the shortest the lead got to, and then Julius Randle went big bucket for big bucket, got us back in. Brunson, and like I said, the bench just extremely solid. Now I can get used to this, just cruising to some victories now. Lord knows we've had our fair share of heartbreakers, cardiac finishes right now, so I'll take this all day, every day. Easy peasy heading into the break. 6 games over now, and we can focus on the road ahead now, which we will tonight after we've given out grades. We got 22 games remaining in this crazy season, and it's going to be fun chopping up the rest of this thing. And like I said, Josh Hart making a huge impact right now, boosting the defense and the toughness. Tonight, he was key off the bench, chipping in with 13 points plus 11, 2 assists, 5 rebounds, one of them offensively. Shooting amazing from the three as well. 3 of 5 from deep. He's getting open looks, and 5 of 9 from the field. So Mr. Efficiency, he been coming in with 50% shooting from the field. And Josh Hart is living up to that right now in his 24 minutes tonight. So another picture perfect game, 3 in a row now for Hart. What a start. Let's go. Sharp Powers, salute. Let's get it. Big Task says, I know it's early, but the Knicks are 3 and zip since the acquisition of Hart. Took the words out of my mouth. 3 flames. Yeah, Josh Hart shooting amazing. I didn't expect him to be shooting like he is, but he's getting open looks, quickly. And when he plays with the starters, there's only so many guys they can focus on. And that's what I've been talking about, balance with this squad, fam. When they're trying to lock in on stopping Randle and stopping Brunson, there's only so much energy the defense has. Guys like Barrett, Hart, Grimes should get easy looks. Yep. Moving into 6, baby. And we're looking up to 5th right now. Tonight, the Brooklyn Nets and the Heat had to play each other, of course. So someone was going to lose, someone was going to win. But it was great that the Heat lost. So we feel that the Brooklyn Nets are most likely to slide, for the rest of this season. And without a doubt, the New York Knicks are red hot. And they're chasing that 5th seed. Ladies and gentlemen, Knicks Streets, how would you feel about a first round matchup between the Cleveland Cavaliers in 4th and the New York Knicks in 5th? I suggest that'll be a talking point throughout the rest of this season. Will, how are we feeling? Yep, this ride is starting to get good. Yep, we're just hitting that open straight now with the 22 games remaining, and we're boosted with firepower, toughness, strength, and our depth. So we're dangerous right now. Let's go. Very, very dangerous. And yeah, we'll talk more about Hart tonight. But like I mentioned, Friday night show, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Berman is back. Ladies and gents, got a huge show on Friday night, heading into the All-Star buzz. We'll be talking about everything. The Knicks for real. I'll be asking Mark Berman. EJ will be up in the house. The chat will be popping. 7 p.m. Friday night Eastern time. You don't want to miss it as well. No time restrictions then. We'll be having some fun and rocking out on that show with Mark Berman coming back. We'll be talking about his guy Thibs. How has he seen the season so far? Leon Rose's work at the trade deadline. We'll be talking to him about the Brunson All-Star snub. We predicted Brunson would be an All-Star in the season preview show with EJ and Mark. Brunson's deserving. He might actually get in. And news now that there's another injury. There might be 2 spots for Jalen Brunson now, ladies and gentlemen. So the All-Star buzz will be popping, and we'll be getting it kicked off on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I know I'll see you in the chat. Let's get it. But for now, we're talking about this big win, cruising to victory with 21-point victory. And what stood out to you, ladies and gentlemen? I liked RJ Barrett's performance as well. RJ Barrett looked nice tonight, taking advantage of the mismatch. But he didn't shoot well from 3, 0 of 6. But he did shoot 5 of 7 from the line. Got us 5 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. He was a plus 10, 17 points. So, slowly building up RJ Barrett now. He's getting acclimated with Hart's acquisition as well. And it's nights like this where I want to see RJ Barrett take over the offense at times when Brunson and Randle are sitting. And that, like I said, that bench unit now could be great with Barrett, Grimes, Quickly, and Hart all on the floor together. Finally now, when Brunson and Randle sit, we can actually build on our lead. We don't lose our lead. We might actually build upon it. Fam. Will, yes, sir. Let's go. Yeah, the Cavs are scared. Big task. That'll be a great matchup. I love it. I love it. It matches up well. What's good, Hewlett? Appreciate you, man. Let's go. Yeah, the All-Star break, it's coming at a good time and bad time because we want to keep rolling. But no, I think really, realistically, um, the guys look great. They're fresh. They're looking good shape. Brunson didn't play too many minutes again tonight. Didn't play too many last night. Um, although I say that he played 38 tonight. So yeah, last night was better. Or the other night was better. But I think they're going to benefit from the break. Travel. I really do. I think, especially Randle. Not enough's been said about Randle's durability. He's basically the all star, the bona fide all star for this squad. He got in by the coaches. They appreciate his work this season. Julius Randle, man, what a bounce back! And he is going to have a nice rest as well. He's going to be a reserve, going to play a little bit some in the All Star break, and he's going to have some fun. Yeah, what an incredible performance from Brunson again and again and again. And going toe to toe with these other wannabe All Stars. I said it. And DeJounte Murray. And yeah, he looked like the clear better player tonight. Let's go. On his home floor, he took over the show. NYC ball. Let's go. Brunson taking over from ATL to Orlando, everywhere you can imagine. These guys are coming into buildings now, balling out. The New York Knicks continue to be row warriors. Great record on the road this season, and we look comfortable now with dogs like Josh Hart, Grimes, and guys just feel super confident and comfortable playing with one another. And I think they know they're the better team, going up against these fringe play-in playoff teams. With Trey and Murray only got 25 points combined. That's an ice tray tonight. Oh, Will, you know, solid defense again, locking them down, frustrated. Things just don't look right with the Hawks. Let's keep it real. They came into this season with so much promise right now, and they're in eighth still, but 29 and 30. The New York Knicks have clear daylight now. The New York Knicks are 3.5 games over the Hawks in the standings. And that's after all those crazy games that we blew. The Dallas one, what a crazy roller coaster season that this has been. The New York Knicks would really be in fourth seed right now if we didn't blow some of these games. We don't need to go over them. You guys know which ones. But the Knicks are only, 4.5 games back of the Cavs in the fourth seed. And we've blown so many of those games, this season. We've also won some classic games, some games that we were underdogs as well. This team kind of has that underdog mentality, but they're super full of confidence coming in, smashing teams now. Blowout the other night, blowout now, and an 8-day break. It's going to be great. Let's look at a little bit more at the stats. Tonight, points in the paint. Usually the Knicks win, but tonight they lost the points in the paint, 56-64. So the Hawks trees were getting more points in the paint, but the Hawks weren't hitting shots tonight. So they were getting most of their points in the paint. But like I said, fast break points, baby, 30-11. The New York Knicks absolutely dominated the Hawks in points in fast break points. So that was getting out on the break. RJ was pushing it. Josh Hart was pushing it. Brunson, Grimes, Randle, quickly getting out on the break. Obi. I love tonight's floor game from everybody, really. It was just a complete performance, wire to wire victory, against the team that is top 8 as well. So whilst it looked easy, it was a very, very, very good win. I put this up there with probably some of the best wins of the season, just because of how emphatic it was. Turnovers, the New York Knicks picked up 12 turnovers to Atlanta's 10. So we did turn the ball over a little bit as well, but that's what's going to happen when you get up and down. Sorry, no, that wasn't the turnovers. I misread that. That was the T rebounds. The turnovers was 9 to Atlanta's 4, so not as bad, but we still had more turnovers. But 9 turnovers for an entire game that you win by that much is just easy work right now. Julian, salute. Great win. 6 games over now at All-Star break. I would have signed up for this all day, every day. I honestly didn't see this coming when the storm was brewing and everyone was thinking, like, what's going to happen now? You know, the trade deadline didn't quite hit. The Knicks were struggling. I think we got back down to 2 games over 500. And I thought, man, I could really see us dipping back down to 500 or even below. But what happened is we answered the bell. Man, we came out swinging and picked up a couple critical tough wins. We got the trade deadline done with. We got Josh Hart. We sent Cam Reddish to Portland, who had a great game the other night. Salute to Cam. Great game in Portland the other night. He had like 17 points. He's getting that shine, that opportunity that he wants, that the starting opportunity in Portland. But we got Josh Hart now, together with Obi off the bench, stroking threes. Like Will said, Obi was fantastic tonight. We'll give out his flowers in a second. But yeah, in his 13 minutes, he got 7 shot attempts, which was great. He was 3 of 6 from deep with 11 points plus 1 was Obi. So yeah, in his limited minutes, being very, very productive, efficient, all of that. Isaiah Hartenstein, man, Hart has absolutely flipped the switch on us, man. 11 boards, 4 offensive, 3 of 6 from the field in 26 minutes. Plus 10, 6 points, man. I don't know what got into Hart, but man, he come out now playing tougher, picking up blocks, all of that stuff. 3 blocks tonight from Hart. Frankenstein up in here. He wasn't letting Ice Trey or DeJounte get anywhere near the bucket right now. 3 blocks to Hartenstein. Mitch would be proud of that. Travel says, shout out to Deuce for being a true pro. Yet to get back on the burner for Jay Hart, and he's the first off the bench cheering, smiles on his dial. And yeah, we got some good guys in our locker room. Yes, great point, great take. Not enough's been said about that. I think Deuce will get in minutes, you know, when there's blowouts or when there's an injury. He's that next guy. He's that 10th, 11th guy. But he's a good piece for the future, you know it. And I think we're trying to win games now. I think he'll be okay with taking that step back a little bit. Yeah, he flipped that switch like he heard the plane backing up. Yeah, he was about to get his boarding pass at the trade deadline, but he'd been playing great a couple games before the trade deadline too. You know, I think some of it might be to do with his lower leg injury getting right. I really think Hart was dealing with something because he looks different right now. Got that extra spring, you know, in his step right now. So yeah, the Knicks killing the fast break points. What do you guys think about that? I honestly thought Jalen Brunson was looking gas too during that tough stretch that I mentioned when the Knicks got back down to 2 games over 500 and it was a tough schedule and Brunson looked tired, he looked injured, he looked ready for All-Star break then, and we turn to this day today tonight, you know, heading in he looks fresh, balling out like an All-Star. Let's hope he gets in. Word is that there might be another slot opening up. Salute Manchild, Knickerbocker Streets. Let's assemble, let's go. Portland should have demanded the better of our or Dallas's pick with that situation. Yeah, man. We got a steal. We got a steal out of it. Josh Hart is exactly what we need. Fitting in with chemistry-wise, you know, we got that nice upgrade we need. But he's not upsetting the locker room whatsoever, you know. Grimes' comments tonight, I love it. He said to the reporter, you know, it ain't matter about my minutes, you know, declining. We're winning games, you know, that's what it's all about. So, you know, he's saying all the right things. Deuce McBride up there cheering. You know, he was out of trade talk, so he knows that the club got his back. Does Deuce McBride. So he's not going to be upset with this situation. Moving ahead now, we got a huge 8-9 man rotation now with bona fide ballers that can close out games. And we'll continue to talk about it. But if we do get the 5th seed, I like that matchup with the Cavs. I love that matchup. The Knicks have played the Cavs really, really well. And of course, 22 games left. Uh, with the Brooklyn Nets only 2 games over the Knicks now in fifth. The Knicks in sixth. Man, it's ready. It's in front of the Knicks now. We could just continue this streak, and we'll look at the road ahead. Tonight coming through. But of course, timely break, ready to chill, and talk about the season. Right now, we've got some guests coming up through over the next week, and our Friday night live with Mark Berman, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Asking Mark what does he think of the season so far. The chat will be popping with some questions. Are the Knicks for real right now? What does he think of his guy Thibs' job so far? From 2 games over 500, looking down the barrel. Now we're 6 games over 500. Now with acquisitions, Josh Hart, Leon Rose. What did he think of that move at the deadline? Leon Rose refuses to speak as well. That draws some conversation as well. We'll be talking about Brunson and Randle's season so far, previewing the All-Star buzz. It'll be crazy. Friday night, 7 p.m. EJ will be in the house. Let's go. Of course, this season's been all Brunson and Randle for the most part, doing crazy things. Is Jalen Brunson the best acquisition? Since when? You guys tell me. Julius Randle flipped the switch again. He flipped the switch twice on us now. From All-Star, not from bad season to All-Star to down year, back to All-Star again. Yeah, the real Julius Randle, stand up. Now 17 30-point games, and Brunson with 15 30-point games. Let's hope Brunson gets in. I really feel for the kid. He's deserving of that. I tweeted out a tweet that got a lot of attention about DeMar DeRozan and Drew Holiday. One make you think, how did those guys get in over Jalen Brunson? No disrespect to any player in this league. I'm not trying to come from that angle. I'm just trying to be real. Like, I think DeMar DeRozan and Drew Holiday got in because of their name. They got in because of their name, not because of their better season than Jalen Brunson. I mean, the media's starting to get woke on this thing now. We're talking about the draft too. Dirty, appreciate this. Salute. On some NBL action, yeah, Rayan Rupert looks great defensively from some of the highlights I've seen. Rangy, lengthy, 6'6", 18 years old, and room to grow. We only have so many roster spots. Do the Knicks look at a draft and stash? But we'll be talking about, too, over the rest of the season, where the Dallas pick might finish. I'm watching that Dallas standings with a hawkeye, because Kyrie and Luka, correct me if I'm wrong, they are 0-2 or maybe 0-3 so far. So it ain't all sunshine and rainbows with the Dallas acquisition. Last I checked, the Knicks Dallas selection falls in the 18th spot. So that would be excellent still for the Knicks to be able to grab a bona fide talent with that situation. Yeah, since Jules. Yeah, Allen Houston. Yeah, I could get with that. Allen Houston, New York Knicks legend forever. That would be probably, yeah, since him, Carmelo Anthony. Allen Houston, great eras from decades. Allen Houston from the 2000s, Melo, 2010s, and now we got Jalen Brunson in the 2020s. Those three Knicks are probably the three of the best Knicks acquisitions, I think. But in terms of also free agent signing, he's better than Amari. We traded for Melo, and we traded for Allen Houston. We traded for Stephon Marbury. But in terms of free agent signing, it ain't even close. It's Amari recently, and now it's Brunson doing work. Yeah, what a bounce back too. If a lot of people had told us about Julius's story with the Knicks, I mean, yes, there's been 2 down years, but I've been saying, if you take 2 All-Star appearances out of 4 years, you sign up for that all day, every day. Yet we're going to that All-Star break with a bang, like Jericho Sims going to bang down that dunk contest, and I get it on lock. Quentin Grimes going to have some fun playing that Rising Stars game. This could be one of the best All-Star breaks for the New York Knicks in recent memory since I can remember, man. Um, with imagine if Brunson gets in, Randle's there, Grimes balling out, and maybe Jericho Sims. We get to see him, Jumpman Sims, pop a couple jams down with that situation. And Admiral, great point. Oh, let's shout out some IQ right now for how he's looking. He's looking like our sixth starter. You know, it could be that fifth starter if Brunson's out. And he's having himself a season right now. Quickly was another efficient night. 5 of 11, 24 minutes, 2 of 6 from deep, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and plus 10, 14 points. I mean, that's production to a T. And Emmanuel Quickly is, you know, playing like that sixth man of the year for me. You know, he's deserving of that all day, every day. And let's see, who do you guys think gets the MIP? It's going to be tight. Is Brunson in the conversation for MIP? We have the crazy season for Larry Markkinen. I think for me, he has to be leading the race. He's become a brand new player basically overnight. Before this season, is Larry Markkinen, but I think Jalen Brunson in that conversation, absolutely, in terms of MIP, baby. And we're hunting the Nets right now. We've taken over New York. We beat the Nets. We blew the doors off the Hawks, and we get a nice 8-day break. Now guys can recharge and get ready for this 22 game stretch. And let's not underrate the practice element too. You know, you see on screen, man, Josh Hart looked like he hasn't missed a beat since coming in. But we're going to be even better with a couple practices, you know, a couple off days, and all of that. But I've been really impressed with Hart's shooting as well. You know, nobody pegged him coming in as a shooter. You know, he's doing great things for this club. You know, yeah, Dallas gutted their team. Yeah, and then they're playing Pinson and Frank 20 minutes. Yeah, I love watching Dallas. Just it's very interesting to see what happens up in there. They did sign Justin Holiday, which was a nice pickup. So they're also, you know, scrapping off the waiver wire and all of that stuff. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. I really feel like the New York Knicks are probably going to keep their roster spots open, and that's going to be a situation where it's the best decision, I feel. Let's see if we need help later. Let's keep these spots open. You guys tell me. There'll be some dudes, definitely some quality dudes get waived closer to the playoffs. You watch, because a lot of teams are going to start to want to lose. They're going to have some veterans playing, helping them win games, and they don't want none of that this season. So there will be some more quality guys get waived. We're hearing that LaMarcus Aldridge is contemplating coming back as well. He's working out in Dallas right now. So they're trying to sign all the mercenaries that they can get. But the New York Knicks look to have found the right balance. Josh Hart, Quickly's play off the bench. Hartenstein looks like a different player now. He looks like that player that we picked up in the preseason that I was raving about. You know, energy, hustle, Hart. And he looks springy, and he looks like a different guy. Nick Streets, ladies and gents. Miami lost. Manchild, absolutely. Yep. The Heat are now in 7th. Knicks take them over in 6th. Stanley says absolute crime. Brunson wasn't added to the All-Star team. Yep. Absolute murder. DeMar DeRozan and Jrue Holiday getting in. That just adds salt to the wound for me. But let's see. I don't know how realistic this is, but there's talk there's still spots available. Maybe he gets in, maybe he doesn't. Let's see. I think the big advantage is to have 2 top defenders off the bench going against tired starters and bench units. That's a great point. Definitely. Two-way players, Quickly and Hart, can do it at both sides. Quentin Grimes. If RJ Barrett's defense picks up, we're going to be scary. That's big. And like I said, less effort for Julius on the other end, Brunson on the other end. The less that they have to work, defensively, and the more we got their back, the more energy they're going to have to be monsters on the offensive end as well. Salute J Dub. Appreciate you. Let's go. Nixon looking like a well-oiled machine with Pudge Nice up in here. Bong Bing. Them Voltrons went out like that. We'll be popping Friday night with Pudge Nice, Bong Bing, and Mark Berman up in the house with EJ. Holiday and Lamarcus ain't saving that chip. Yeah, they'll help them maybe climb up a little, but the West is stacked. You know, we're talking about Memphis, Dallas, Phoenix now, let's not forget. The Clippers, upgrades. There's no guarantee. And I still feel like that Dallas pick with the Knicks will probably end up around like 20. 20, 21, 19, maybe 22. Who knows? But it's still going to be an excellent pick for the New York Knicks. Jerry, salute. The streets are buzzing, smashing that like button. New York, we hear. NBA, we hear. All-Star break, we hear. Let's go. Big time acquisition now. Josh Hart, I'm happy to give it a B plus right now. I changed my grade. Basically, like I said on the day it happened, it has room to get to a B plus so far. And the kind of play Josh Hart's giving this club is definitely a B plus right now. We look scary in both units. 6 games over now. We're streaking. Don't matter what the road ahead looks like. The New York Knicks are looking like a strong team, ready to to play tough right now. We have the All-Star break, then we're back at it next Friday against the Washington Wiz. Then we have the Pels. Then we got Boston, a Brooklyn game that's very winnable, like we know, a Heat game that's going to be nice in the standings. Boston again. Then Charlotte, the Kings, and the Clips. So that's a decent stretch coming out of a nice All-Star break. It's not too bad. It's not going to be easy. But the New York Knicks can definitely pull out a lot of wins with that situation. Let's go. Yeah, big props to Frankenstein. Absolutely. He looks like a different guy. 3 blocks tonight. Perfect minutes distribution. Let's get it. Yeah, the UFC was crazy. I couldn't go live after the Utah win. I was at UFC 284 in Perth, Australia. It was an amazing event. Great crowd, all of that. Yeah, any of you UFC MMA fans would have loved it as well. Appreciate that, Dirty. Did you enjoy it? D Cool, salute. Big win from the Knicks tonight. I mean, we're road warriors, playing great on the road, playing better at home. I think you underrate J Hart. I give it a grade an A. Yep, definitely. Well, yeah, I could upgrade it as we go, but right now I'm seeing it's definitely a B plus at worst situation kind of thing for so many different reasons. But yeah, I can't be mad at seeing an A. That's big time. That's big time, man. I get, some people feel a bit awkward now, not wanting to break up this momentum with this club. But best believe, a break. These guys are going to get out, clear their head. It's been an up and down season. We can't forget that. It's been crazy road trips. It's been ups and downs with Tom Thibodeau once on the hot seat. Once, do every dude on the trade block. I think they're going to enjoy this break. Going to shout out their teammates at the All-Star break too. And they're going to get some practice in, fam. They're going to get that practice in, Admiral, and they're gonna come out with that momentum like nothing ever. We never lost anything, I think. But like you said, yeah, the rest is going to be key, especially for a big postseason run, which we hope. We hope to see Brunson and co. do some huge things. What's good, JD? Salute. The Knicks are playing like they're free to have fun, giving teams a heart attack. Great play on words, man. Heart to heart. We had a heart to heart, and we're punking teams right now. And this stretch to finish this season is going to be great to watch. We got a guy in Hart and guy in Quickly that can both start. I don't know how many teams have the luxury. Obi Toppin in me, with extra minutes is a quality guy who could be a starter in this league as well. So I really think that the Knicks have two to three, four guys that could be an NBA starter coming off our bench, and we're not even using D Rose. So yeah, let that sink in. Yeah, shout out to Volk as well. Islam, great main event, just great action overall. And Hart's picked up his play. Great point, Stan. Like the clips and also like preseason. When I first saw Hart in a Knicks jersey, I think his first like 2 games, I was like, wow, we this is exactly what we need. Energy off the bench. And he was great in the preseason, and he sort of slowly regressed, and now he's playing like that guy. Playing like that guy. He's under contract. We didn't trade him. I'm glad. And yeah, also what's crazy is we were talking about signing a big man. Mitch being out for like 4 to 6 weeks. We were all stressing, and now Mitch is almost about to come back, and we have our two big men, reserve big men, playing great right now. So shout out to those guys, to the front office as well. Ihart earned his wings today at Facts, 3 blocks, meeting guys at the rim. And yeah, he finally looks healthy, man. Exactly like Manchild says. Uh, we can never underestimate like these little injuries that don't get spoken about, and it does hamper some of these dudes. It really does. Big win, but Josh Hart right now 3 for 3, baby. Let's continue this streak with Hart. Toughness, defense, knows where to be on the floor. Is a live body. The way he skies for these rebounds, it's going to be great off the bench, and great closing out games. Do you guys feel like Hart could win the starting spot this season? I want to get your thoughts on that. I could see it happening. I could see a world where it doesn't happen. I think they're very high on Grimes, as they should be. But man, it's going to be tough to keep Hart out of that without starting minutes, ladies and gentlemen, like 30 plus minutes a night. He's just a gamer, exactly what we need in New York. Tonight he only played 24, but was 5 of 9, 3 of 5 from deep, 5 boards, 2 assists, does a bit of everything. Plus 11, let's get it, 13 points. That's big off the bench. We were living with donuts off the bench, not too long ago. Now we had 3 guys in double figures off the bench. Toppin with 11, Hart with 13, and Quick with 14 as well. And those guys, we had 3 guys in the plus double digits, in the plus minus off the bench as well. So we repaired our weakness. Our starting five's been great all year, and we've repaired the bench, and here we are, 6 games over, a legit now fifth seed conversation this year. My prediction of 45 wins this season is looking pretty good right now, as is many of your predictions as well, fam. With the best chat in the biz out here, you guys know what it is. Sims has to be disappointed a little. Yep, but couldn't be happier with iHeart lately. Dirty, absolutely. I think, yeah, Sims is understanding. He's got incredible looks this season that he may not have expected to get. He's young. He's got a bright future with us. I think he's going to get his shine right now. The beautiful thing is these guys can play aggressive defense now with rim protection, because we know we got extra help. That's been key. Remember those days when Mitch would go down with foul trouble or go down for a minute, and we were stuck. We have maybe Nerlens Noel, and that was it. So now we got choices. Yep. Pudge says Hart will start after All-Star. I could see it happening. I could really see that happening 50-50 with that. I like Grimes with the bench, and I like Hart off the bench as well. But Hart closing out games is a non-negotiable. He's going to close out games, man. Blue collar boys from the Nova gang. I was joking with Vaughn on the last stream, right? We were looking like we were going to be the Duke gang, the Duke Blue Devils, with Cam, Zion, and of course Barrett. Now we're the Nova gang. We pivoted. Now we got Brunson, Hart, and maybe we go for Mikal. What do you guys think about going for out of Mikal? If the game had been in question, Hart would have got more minutes for sure. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, we don't need to look any further than Tom Thibodeau. He's in love with the man. Valentine's Day just passed. He probably got Josh Hart some roses and some chocolates. you know, Tom Thibodeau's quintessential dude with that situation, man. Um, Talk about Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau in sync. You know, for anyone that wasn't sure about the loyalty, the support that Leon has for Tom Thibodeau, man, he went out and got his guy, and he shipped out Cam. So actions speak louder than words, Leon Rose backing Tom Thibodeau all the way this season for this playoff push right now. And RJ Barrett's future is going to be in question, I think, continuing with that for a bigger upgrade. I don't know if it had too much to do with the Knicks not having patience in RJ, because we were winning with RJ. I could see the Knicks continue to play RJ and rock with him and develop him. But I think this club's still looking for that next upgrade, the superstar to add to this bunch. And a trade package in terms of draft picks, maybe Grimes, RJ, Hart. We got a lot of pieces, Toppin. We got a lot of, supplementary pieces we can add into a blockbuster deal, like should a Joel Embiid, ask out, kind of thing now. So yeah, Leon Rose is building that war chest still. Another question I want to ask you guys: what do you feel Josh Hart? What do you think a reasonable extension would be? I know it's early, and based off what you've seen with Hart's value to this club and what he might bring, what do you think's a solid number, a contract? He's on 12 mil now. I could see Josh Hart getting re-signed for maybe 3 years, 3 years 15, 3 years 3 years 14, maybe with a player option in the third year. I could see a bloated deal for 2 years, with a team option, maybe a team option in the second year with a bloated deal. What do you guys feel? Bridges to the Knicks at small forward. Man, we would be crazy if we had Bridges in the 3 spot with that floor spacing as well, and the length, the size, the toughness with him and Hart and Grimes. Just keep Grimes out of that deal and keep Quickly out of the deal. I could rock with that. Buzzer says, yeah, maybe a 17 milli, a 2-year 17 milli. That's expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but I think if he continues to play like tonight, the way he's been playing, a guy who could be a starter as well. Let's not forget. I know he's coming out of the bench, but a 17 milli for a starting shooting guard is kind of league average, And like I keep saying, I want to build with two-way guys, guys that can play, got nice offensive game and can get gritty, can buckle down. Stanley's on point, the same line of thinking with 15 to 18. That sounds like about right. If we could get him for 14, that'd be a hometown discount. I think a family discount if it's less than 15. Manchal says he'll get the Fournier type of deal too. Yep, I think Fournier 17, 18. What they might try to do is add incentives, maybe a bonus. There's so many ways you could get creative now, fam. You could add a player option, like I said, with a bloated amount, with a player option. You could add a trade kicker. Like I said, if you're trading for a blockbuster guy, a superstar deal, Josh Hart could be a piece that a team wants in return. Davis says 22 milli. Man. 22. Bank mode. Tom Thibodeau about to blow his bank with that situation. Pause. Uh, yeah, look, not gonna lie, we did play more for Fournier too. So, and he wants to get paid. Let's keep it real. Uh, you don't leave Portland, or Portland don't trade him without knowing that he wants to get paid. You know, he's coming in here for that family incentive. CAA Leon, take care of me again. You know, yeah. Maybe I am being cheap, man. But let's see what we can get him at. I love this conversation, man. Um, we might be underestimating the fact that he might just want a long-term deal. He's been talking about his uh, fourth team in the league, sixth coach. Uh, you know, him and his girl going city to city. Maybe Hart just wants that home in New York. Maybe we can lock him up for 4 years. 4 years, 15 milli, with the team option in the fourth year, perhaps. So we give him 3 years guarantee with a fourth year team option for 16 milli, maybe. Like Dirty says, we could still use most of the full mid-level at 16 milli, definitely. It's going to be tricky though. Brock Aller is going to have to do some things because we have Quickly, of course. Fournier and Rose's salary coming off, like we know. But let's see. Yeah, it's great conversation. Yeah, with Hart doing big things. And I will be doing big things on Friday night, talking about the All-Star buzz. Are these Knicks for real? Mark Berman will give us his thoughts, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be talking about Thibs, what he's been hearing. I know Mark's retired, but he's been watching the games. I've been talking to him, and Leon's work so far, Brunson and Randle's season as well. It's going to be popping as we salute these Knicks heading into the All-Star buzz. We got Grimes in the rising, Sims in the dunk, and Julius and maybe Brunson in the big squad with that situation right now, rocking out after this big win in ATL, 122 to 101. I wasn't impressed tonight with DeJounte Murray again. A lot of flack the Knicks got for not trading multiple first rounders for DeJounte. Saying, "Oh, we have Brunson, we have no defense." Where are those conversations at right now? The Knicks defense looks pretty legit right now with Hart, with Quickly, and with Grimes. So sometimes you got to look within. It ain't all shiny on the other side. You get the right people in here, and we do some things. I think Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride, they've shored up our defense. We didn't need DeJounte Murray. I think at this point you see Trae Young in bad need of a defender next to him. They bring in him, and the Hawks take a step back right now. You know, Ideally, DeJounte ain't that offensive guy that a team needs. I think that's been overlooked. He's more of a defensive specialist in my eyes. You know, yes, he could go off for 30 some nights, and he's a good two-way guy. Not gonna lie, but multiple first-round picks. I think we've done all right for ourselves. Right now, maybe Mikal Bridges, maybe OG Anunoby, maybe those are the cats that the Knicks are looking for right now. What's good, Stanley Jefferson said we would get to the second round of the playoffs with the addition of Hart. Yeah, what's up with Jefferson now? He's been a closet Knick fan right now. I don't know what's up with that, man. Maybe he's embarrassed to be associated with the Nets right now. Who wouldn't be? Straight embarrassment of the Nets right now. With what happened, obviously, with KD and Kyrie, I think the Nets did okay for themselves. Not trying to give the Nets no props, but I think they're building with, they made the trades they needed to make. Mikal Bridges, they're going to get a haul if they trade him as well. Man, the chat's popping. Let's go. Streets are buzzing. Smashing that like button. The New York Knicks are 6 games over 500 in 6th seed and 2 games back of 5th right now. I predicted 45 wins. I got to go back and look at some of your receipts. But you guys be honest. Tell me how many wins did you predict for this season? We're at All-Star break now and 6 games over. It's looking pretty nice. right now. I would not be surprised if the Hawks lose the play-in and they trade Young. Yep, it's looking more likely, fam. I really do think that Trey Young is going to request a trade. Um, he's got that ego. He wants to be in a big market. He wants to be winning right now. You know, to be honest, I am still shocked. I did think Murray, would help a lot of Trey's deficiencies, but I don't know where it's up with that. And I don't know if it's more Nate McMillan. I don't know what it is, to be honest, fam. I think it's just a situation where maybe the pieces just haven't fit. They did trade away Herder, and yeah. With that said, it's funny. Yeah, Wally said the buzzing today. Facts. Yeah, Wally been keeping checks on the situation. He knows what's buzzing, man. Smashing that like button. Yeah, buzzer. We asked the chat earlier too. Is Brunson the best player since Allen Houston? The best player we got since Melo? But after that, it's pretty clear to see the best free agent signing over Amari, hands down. And also, the New York Knicks pulled off that trade for Melo and for Houston as well, and for Marbury. But the best free agent signing right now. Yeah, I think they just need to save some chemistry and fire Nate McMillan. As sad as that is, man, he's going to be that scapegoat. They're in disarray with some of these contracts too. Um, a lot of buzz about DeAndre Hunter early. He hasn't quite taken that next step. Like, he had an amazing first few years in the league, did DeAndre Hunter, but he's not really that go-to guy at the moment. He can't elevate that franchise basically. And we know John Collins, they messed up not trading him as well. I don't get it. I really don't get the whole the Raptors moves. To be honest, I didn't get the Chicago moves, and I don't get the Hawks moves as well. So you bring in Sadiq Bey, you didn't trade John Collins. I don't know, man. What, maybe these teams are waiting for the summer, but the Raptors, they could have got a haul for OG. Maybe they overplayed their hand. Maybe they overplayed their hand. Let's see. We got Brills in the chat. Salute, just subscribe. Appreciate you. Welcome. The streets are buzzing now that you're here. Let's keep it rolling. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, the best addition to the Knicks since Melo. Yep, like you said. Brunson's just going to get more and more shine, and I think it's fitting. We talked to Berman as well in the preseason preview, and I've been saying this all preseason. Had we seen the best of Jalen Brunson yet? See, everyone was looking at the Brunson acquisition like we're getting a player like he is who he is. The front office may have been looking at it like we're getting a 26-year-old guy who's getting better every year so far. Every year Brunson's been in the league, he's gotten better and better and better. He missed out maybe as an all-star. Maybe next year he makes that all-star. He's a MIP candidate, that's for sure. I think Markkanen is probably going to win that one. But I do think that most likely is Brunson's going to be in that tough conversation for MIP right now. You have to consider him. But in terms of Hart, like, he's just perfect for this club. He fits right in to the hearts of New York Knicks fans. Number 3, splashing the 3, playing gritty D, and he knows what it is in this situation right now. Plug and play guy. And we haven't even had a practice, and look what he's doing, man. Look what he's doing. The other night he had a nice cut to, he'd been bringing the cuts to the squad. We don't want guys standing around. Lack of player movement and ball movement. But Josh Hart and Quentin Grimes can fix that too. There's so many pretty lineups we could play with. Think of a lineup with Quickly, Grimes, and Hart. Maybe Barrett at the 4, and then Obi at the 5. Man, that'd be crazy. Offense, defense, 5 out, up and down, defense with Quickly, Grimes, and Hart. Ball movement, player movement, cutting. Man, that'd be crazy if I saw that lineup. Other coaches might want to use that lineup. I don't know if Thibs is going to use that one. Yeah, no one predicted this version of Brunson. That's true. That's true to this kind of level, where 30-point games are like expectation now. Let that sink in. In the words of Ron Cleveland, expectations are for Brunson to drop 30 a night now, but 30 with assists efficiency as well. That's the big story. Anyone can drop 30 if they put up the shots. You know, as we give out the grades for tonight, let's pull up the box score now. And I will start with Brunson heading into the All-Star break, right? Whether he gets in or he doesn't, he's an All-Star in my eyes. He's an All-Star in most of your eyes. And he's getting recognized. So 38 minutes, 10 of 19. But he was inefficient from three, 1 of 6. He was 7 of 8 from the line, ice in his veins. He was 9 rebounds, 5 assists, moving the ball. Had 5 turnovers though, so he was tired. Plus 22, 28 points. Jalen Brunson, another A. Another A tonight. I probably would have give A plus if he shot better from the 3 and got to the 30 piece. But A plus. Jalen Brunson has been the best Knicks acquisition, man. Yeah, since Allen Houston, I would say. I think he's, in just what we've seen in 1 year, he could easily supplant Melo. Melo gave us a lot of wins, but playoff wins, 1 series only. Let's see, Brunson's here to stay. He's in his prime, not even 26 years old. He's a winner. He just plays tough too. New York loves dogs, like Wilson Dang says. Yeah, facts. We all love dogs. And I love the fact that Hart recognized that too as well. Yeah, it was crazy. Now, just incredible balance tonight, like I saw from the other night. Like I said, with Randle, 25 points, plus 20 tonight, 11 rebounds. He was hustling and muscling with a couple and ones. Julius Randle looks super engaged right now, heading into his second All-Star game. Ready to ball out for his fam. 35 minutes, 9 of 19, 3 of 8. So he put up 8 3-point attempts tonight. He was letting it fly. And he had 4 of 5 from the line. I like the 11 rebounds from Julius. 3 offensive. He's hustling on the glass, keeping plays alive. And at plus 20 in the plus minus with 25 points. Julius Randle also gets an A from me tonight. Yep, dominated. It's funny, even though we lost our points in the paint, we won the fast break points 30-11. We killed them in the fast break points, tripled them just about. With the biggest lead again, 25. The biggest lead against the Nets was 25. So we're in cruise control right now. Dirty had Brunson pegged at 20 and 8. Glad he's making all of us look dumb right now. Yep. Remember those narratives that 110 mil was an overpay? That talk about freezing cold takes right now. I mean, Jalen Brunson is underpaid right now. But of course, no one predicted that we would see what we're seeing, So you could just laugh about it, Remember, this team won 37 all of last year without Brunson. Yep, exactly. Luke, salute. A for Julius. Yep, definitely. Julius picking up those A's. A for an All-Star. He's going to have some fun over the next weekend and have a break as well. Please, Julius, rest up. I think he's probably only going to play 20 minutes, 25 minutes in the All-Star game, is Julius. So I think he's going to be fit and fresh, ready to go for the next one. Yeah, 3 huge rebounds to hold off Atlanta's run. D Gons, salute. Yeah, I remember those plays too. Yeah, I was taking notes, and those were critical times of the game that just staved off a run. That's another thing. The New York Knicks probably would have given up a bigger run, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Now we got Josh Hart. we got ballers up in here holding these big leads. Yep. Yeah, look, we're adding every single year, 37 wins. David gives Randle an A plus. Yeah, can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that at all, man. Let's give Bully Barrett his grade now, because he had 32 minutes, 6 of 16, missed all 6 3-pointers, but shot 5 of 7 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a plus 10 with 17 points. So big night for RJ offensively, to get 16 shots up, get to the line 7 times. So he was aggressive. And I think RJ's game was one of the reasons why we killed the fast break points tonight, 30-11, because yeah, Bully Barrett was pushing the pace, taking the defense on, and finishing well, finishing at the rim better. Tonight the outside shot wasn't falling for Barrett, but he's definitely started finishing better at the rim, for my opinion. Dirty gives RJ a C. What did you see specifically from RJ? I could give him something better than a C tonight. A bit inefficient, but I'll give him a B. I'll give RJ a B, B minus for tonight. Plus 10 still, 17 points, 5 rebounds, but yeah, was inefficient tonight. Luke gives RJ a C plus for tonight. The big story to watch is, continuously how he plays with the starters, whether he finishes on the floor, and also, how low his minutes and shot attempts go down, with Hart, with J Hart. But Barrett came out aggressive tonight. I got the sense that Barrett didn't want to, have any story about him losing any minutes, having another poor offensive night. I think he definitely was looking for his. He was definitely looking for his tonight. Dirty sees that he was better on D, but the 3-point attempts weren't even close. Yeah, it's all about the rhythm as well. But 6 attempts, that's plenty of attempts to try to get into that rhythm. But tonight he was 0 of 6, so yeah, we would have blown them out even more with Bully. Also, let's give Sims and Grimes their grade. Grimes' minutes have dropped. I mentioned earlier, Grimes gave a great quote. He said, anything for the team that's the reason we're winning. I like to have Hart here to help this team win, and it doesn't matter if my minutes are going down if we're winning. So that's what you want to hear from a young guy. Of course, he's still playing solid minutes. 24 tonight, 2 of 7, and 2 of 6 from 3. He was inefficient as well. It seems like Hart, obviously, a guy coming in hot is obviously going to give those other guys a little bit to think about. But 3 rebounds, he could do better than that. 1 assist, plus 7 and 6 points. From Grimes. I think he knows his role in the starting unit. Grimes is going to play that defense, shoot the open shot when the ball gets swing around. 7 attempts tonight though. Would have liked to see him get more shot attempts, but with the starting unit, with Randle and Brunson and RJ, it's going to be tough for Grimes to get more shot attempts, I feel. But let's see. Like Pudge Nice predicted, maybe in the after the All-Star break, Josh Hart takes over that spot. Yeah, RJ needs to attack aggressively all the time, but kick it out too, Luke, when he's smothered and and the shot's not there, because he can force it a little too, I think. So I like to see RJ, be aggressive, like you said, but to know when to kick that out as well, when to pass the rock. I love Grimes' consistent D. That's a big key in this starting unit, because like I said, 3 guys need the ball a lot, and Sims, Mitch, whoever it is, and Grimes don't need the ball as much, but they can dribble, they can push the pace. So it's a nice fit still. It's a nice balance. I really won't stress if Hart continues to come off the bench, because I know he's probably going to close games out, as well. So let's see what it is. Grimes is still a big part of our future as well, whether it be for the long term or a big trade. I think Josh Hart and Grimes can continue to split minutes, 24 apiece. Also it's going to depend on how the game is going. Let's say it's a gritty, tough battle, Eastern Conference playoff battle. You're going to have experience probably on the floor with Josh Hart, but there's going to be nights where Grimes just shoots lights out and you can't take him off. So solid game from Grimes, but not efficient, but played his defense, +7, 6 points. I'll give him a C plus for tonight. And Jericho was +11, just 2 points, 22 minutes, but pulled in 6 rebounds tonight. So, Jericho just filling in like he does admirably with Mitch out. But I think Jericho is going to be that one to lose his spot, to keep it real. What do you guys think about Mitch coming back after All-Star break? Does Jericho Sims lose out his spot? I mean, the way Hart's playing, Heart, it's an easy decision. As tough as it is to see Sims lose minutes, I think he's the main guy that's gonna make way for Mitch. Grimes a B, that's solid. David says JB plays two styles, one guard, he can pass or he can kill in the paint. Yep. Talk about a guy play above his size. Like, just imagine if Brunson was Quickly's height, at least 6'3", 6'4", he'd be a killer. More of a killer. I mean, he is a killer. Pardon me. Now, as we hit the bench now, the big difference in these last 3 games, in my opinion, with Josh Hart up in here, incredible production with shooting-wise. I didn't expect this. Another night, 3 of 5 from deep. Josh Hart getting wide open looks amazing out there. Looks fantastic. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, just 1 turnover, just 2 fouls. +11, 13 points. 13 big points off the New York Knicks bench, because that was our weakness. We know the Knicks would give up those leads and we would go toe to toe with the other team's starters, and then the lead would evaporate and it'd be a cardiac Knicks finish right now. It's no coincidence Josh Hart comes in, we blow 2 teams out now. So usually when we can withstand those runs and we punch them back in the mouth, we're good right now. Isaiah Blockenstein, B+ all the way. Yep. David giving us all the grades. Salute, chat's buzzing, smashing that like button. Isaiah's been huge for recent play, and it's funny, like I said, it went in a blink of an eye with Mitch out, and now we got our backup center playing amazing. This is what we paid this guy for as well. So much respect, much flowers to Heart. 3 of 6 from the field, 11 boards tonight, 4 offensive, huge rebounds, 3 blocks, +10, 6 points from Heart. He's living up to this $8 million with this kind of play. And he heard the jet warming up, like the chat was saying earlier, with Julian was saying. And I think Heart now, wants to stay in New York. He wants to make a home of this situation. He's CAA. He's been signed as a second-year guy, a second-year deal, 2-year deal. And I think now he's fresh. He's free of any injury, and he's here to play, man. He's balling out. He's rebounding really well. The blocks have been key. His live body, keeping plays alive, hustle plays, all of that stuff, man. Salute to Heart tonight. I'll give him a B+ for that situation. 6 points though, but 11 rebounds and 3 blocks was huge. Just 2 personal fouls and a 3 of 6 efficiency as well. Salute Chris. What's good, fam? Chris from OKC in the house. Hope you're well, Chris. Appreciate you as always. How we doing? Yeah. You want Klay Thompson up in here. That's interesting, man. Klay Thompson. Do you think Quentin Grimes could be on his way to giving us that kind of production? With Mitch's injury history, D Gon says Sims should just stay ready. Yeah, great point. Exactly. Stay ready so you don't have to be ready. I think Sims is good for the future. He's key for this thing, and I'm glad he's going to get shine on the All-Star game with the dunk contest, the All-Star break. But that's going to be good for Sims to stick around long term. You know, foul trouble, depth at the big man spot is key for this club. Yeah. Buzzer, I haven't seen. No, I haven't seen that. The AM Hoops video on Dolan as well. Fill me in. Haven't seen any of that on Dolan with that situation. Last I heard, I saw the Dolan media with the media coverage with the W fan interview with that. So yeah, with the rest of the bench, fam, let's get it. Isaiah Hartenstein B plus, Obi Toppin. Talk about timely buckets tonight. He hit three big three balls, 3 of 6 from deep in 13 minutes tonight, plus 111 points. Again, the third bench player in double digits. So quickly he's been on a tear with the shooting recently. I love that stop and pop. He had he had the man in the corner, and I'm like, man, what are you doing? He rose up with confidence and popped it as well. That was killer mentality from Obi. His confidence isn't shook at all, and he's glad the trade deadline's passed, and Obi can just focus on playing now. Now 13 minutes tonight. Obi played 16 the other night. That's probably what it's going to be moving ahead. I think Hart can play big. You know, we saw Tom Thibodeau say Hart can play some four. I don't know if we see it a lot, but Obi, the way he's shooting, if he can defend solidly, we know Tom Thibodeau will keep playing him, but more than 15 minutes, I doubt it. This squad's pretty deep right now, but I do want to see Obi's minutes go up. I do want to see his shot attempts go up, the way he's shooting, the way he is. With Hart quickly and Toppin's offense, sorry, off the bench, you know, we're going to get that score ticking off the bench, which is great, especially with RJ playing off the bench as well. Now, Deuce McBride got garbage minutes. We talked about Deuce. He's just got to stay ready as well. I think Deuce and Sims are long-term pieces, but they're guys that are just gonna have to wait for their opportunities to come back. You know, right now we're basically in the fifth seed soon. Hopefully, we're pushing for that fifth seed spot and for a deep playoff run. So, you know, naturally, guys are going to lose out on some minutes. You know, but Josh Hart, Obi's grade, I'll give him a solid B for tonight. And Josh Hart, 24 minutes efficiency from deep, from the field, rebounds, all of that great stuff. He gets a B plus for Josh Hart. And Emmanuel Quickly, 5 of 11, 2 of 6, plus 10, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Quickly, keeping busy off the bench. Quick's been super consistent, a real six-man of the year candidate for this team. And Emmanuel Quickly is a guy that's going to be here for the long term, man. I see them re-signing Quick, right? Teams are going to call us in the off season, but unless it's some blockbuster trade for a superstar, Emmanuel Quickly is a New York Knick. So he can move the pace, he can play fast, he can play slower. His dribble looks improved. It's tighter. The shot selection is way better than what it's been. The defense is on another whole level. Emmanuel Quickly's growing every single game, and right before our eyes, he gets a B plus as well. So great game overall, great balance. Like I said, we just blew out a team that's in the 8th seed, like it was no trouble tonight. Wire to wire victory. I could get used to this, fam. And talking about the road ahead and all of that good stuff right now. Now we can just sit back, relax, continue to chop this thing up over the next week for the All-Star break. And Friday night, we're back on live with Mark Berman talking about the Knicks for real. 5th seed, looking up. Talk about the latest buzz, the trade deadline, what's been happening around the league. Any news with Tom Thibodeau that Mark Berman's been hearing through the grapevine. And Brunson and Randle give out his flowers as well. EJ will be with us up in the house. The chat will be popping. Let's go. But really, like I said on the trade deadline night, I gave Josh Hart a B. I've moved it up since to a B plus because I said on that night, I said it could be a C plus, it could be a B plus. But right now, after 3 games, I don't need no hesitation to elevate that grade. He's exactly what we needed. He fits like a glove with this squad. And he could do a lot of things with this thing. IQ B plus, yeah, agree. Definitely. Bride will be around the team and the coaching staff as much as possible. Yep, Derek Rose still here as well. Let's not forget, doing great things with the club. Mentoring. Derek Rose said some comments like, he wasn't traded. I'm here, so I'm going to make the most of it. So that's big as well. Yeah, Berman would be definitely getting into RJ. There's no doubt about it. For different reasons, obviously. I think he's not high on RJ's game, first and foremost. He also talked about in the season preview we did, Berman talked about the fit. He ultimately feels like, and still feels like, the Julius Randle, RJ Barrett fit was clunky as well. Brunson coming in here has changed things a lot. So it'll be interesting to get his thoughts on that. But yeah, at times it's not a great fit. Shooting wise, all of that stuff. RJ Barrett has improved on some things this season, finishing at the cup. There were some stretches where he shot great as well. But let's see. If the Knicks make it to the second round, Thibs may be around for a little while. Yeah. At this point, it's looking like it, man. We doubled down on Thibs. Best believe it when we got Josh Hart. It's a Tom Thibodeau guy. He wanted to draft him in mini, and no doubt, I think Leon loves Josh Hart as well. But I really feel like Tom Thibodeau is going to be around. If we win a playoff series and we look more consistent, he's going to stick. And yes, he has his warts, and he's not a great offensive coach. He's going to be let go eventually at some point. But right now, while we're winning, I think, yeah, like you said, Luke, I reckon I could see Tibbs sticking around. Absolutely. Davis says, Berman said we are a playoff team and moving Randle is an option. He did say we're a playoff team. He did say playoff play, and I think Berman predicted us as 41 and 41. So, some people had us less than that. That's not a bad comparison, a prediction. I had us at 45 with that. No doubt this front office, though, is going to make big moves in the summer as well. This Hart move was for this season and the future, but I think they're ready for that next shake-up. They're just looking at this thing like it's a business. Let's see who balls out for the rest of the season, There it is in front of everyone because Randle's been, repaired his value again. Brunson's playing like an all-star. And Barrett's can be on a contract that he could definitely outplay. Defensively, he just has to pick up his play. But I like the fact that Barrett can play more with the bench as well. You could easily put Hart and Grimes together with Brunson and Randle and have RJ rock with the bench more as well. That's big. Dirty had at 39 because I didn't like the way Randle looked pre-season. Yeah, 39 is still a fair prediction based on the uncertainty, like you said. We just didn't really know what we're going to see with Brunson and his fit. Yeah, not bad position we're in, definitely. And I know some fans aren't satisfied. Every fan has their own takes on this thing, and I think building a winner in the NBA is so difficult. But I really feel like we've got flexibility still. We've got draft picks that we can still draft talent with if we need. We've got the picks if we could trade if we need. Let's see. I like the fact that we're young still. Randall's 28, Brunson's 27, Hart's, obviously 27. Young enough to have, a solid 5-6 year window if we do land a superstar next. Um, that's the big thing, you know. The asking price for what we hear for OG was just way too much. Yeah. And I'm glad the Knicks just waited on that, you know. We still have assets. We got Obi. We got Fournier and Rose's contract coming off the books. We have draft picks and all of those great assets to play with as well. So look out for that next disgruntled guy. One thing's for sure, if Trae Young asks out, you know, the New York Knicks got Jalen Brunson now. That's, I don't know if that's even a topic that's going to come up. I don't know who would trade out of that situation for Brunson with Trae Young. You certainly can't play with both of them with that situation, man. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? As the New York Knicks cruise to a big win, 6 games over now, heading into the break. I would have signed up for this in a heartbeat right now, considering only like 2 weeks ago we were, you know, only 2 games over 500 and in a tailspin, or a mini tailspin. And we've picked things up now. We made that great upgrade with J Hart. Hart's picked up his play. Obi's picked up his play. Brunson and Randle will continue to do what they do as well. Hart's come in here and just been that excellent 5th, 6th, 7th guy on this roster as well. And we look strong. We look like a really well-balanced team now. I think that's what it was all about, you know. People were high on the OG acquisition, but I was questioning, you know, the kind of fit offensively. You know, how many touches is he going to need? How many touches is he going to get? He wants a bigger role, like you said. We already got Barrett, we got Brunson, we got Randle. We needed a guy like Josh Hart that will do the dirty work, can shoot some off the catch, can dribble, take it to the cup still, but just a great role player, not high volume, great chemistry guy for the locker room. That's exactly what we got, Walter. Salute in this acquisition with Jay Hart. Um, and so far he's surpassed my expectations. You know, with the shooting especially, shot like from deep, shot 500 the other night. Now he shot 500 again. Better than 500 tonight, I think. Hart shot 3 of 5, yeah, from deep. So, I mean, talk about exceeding my expectations. I know a lot of them are open looks, but the guy's a bucket still as well. I like his grittiness too, taking it to the cup. That's the toughness right there. It takes body contact and finishes strong. Is Josh Hart. So, you know, underrated pickup as well. He was shooting, you know, well with Portland the year before last, and he was also getting starting minutes this season, you know, 30 something minutes, you know. Yeah, he was doing big things right now, and he's doing bigger things with the New York Knicks. Josh is our sixth man now, yeah. His sixth, seventh man. We got 2 6 man. Let's put it at that. We got Quick and Hart together. That's exactly what D Rose and Quick were 2 years ago, fam. Remember the pandemic season when Rose would come on the bench and pile on 20 points in a heartbeat. Quickly would finish with 15 points. That's what we got right now. We got a bench that can light it up. 3 men in double digits off the bench. That's great balance, man. Who would have thought we're getting New Orleans Josh Hart superstar mode? Oh man. Yeah, I remember that acquisition that day. He looked happy to be in New Orleans, leaving LA. Then he got shipped out to Portland, or got signed by Portland, I think. But I think the New York Knicks version of Josh Hart's going to be the best version. You know, there's something to be said for a player that's hungry and wants to be where they're at, wants to play in the Mecca, you know, in the spotlight, all of that stuff, and playing with your buddy that you won a NCAA chip with as well. So that's huge, man. Um, yeah, great guy, great locker room guy. Obviously fits well with Thibs, so there's harmony there, there's chemistry. Um, with that said, I do think I saw Hart's average point-wise. It was 9 points coming in. I think he's going to average more points with us. I really do. I think the shooting, he's probably going to get better open looks. Playing with a better team, better bench. He's going to get open looks with that. I feel whatever off-season moves Knicks make, it has to put them in a position to compete with the Bucks. 100%, Luke. 100%. That's the target. The Celts and the Bucks. With the wing situation, the superstar talent they've got. Something tells me a lot's going to shake up though with the Celtics. You know, they've been long rumored to be open to trading Jalen Brown to make that bigger upgrade. You know, you got Jason Tatum, and I think they're searching in true Celtics fashion. They're searching for that next, you know, bigger superstar to pair with Jason Tatum. Maybe Jalen Brown can get them that guy. Let's see. I think how the Celtics do in the playoffs is going to be big. They might shake things up a little, but the Bucks are the standard, like you said. I think, and yeah, like where we're at right now, we're basically like one move away from getting into that, possibly getting into that tier. And I do feel like it has to be a smart move, like you said. It's got to make sense because most likely we're going to have to part with some great role players. It's probably going to be quickly. Maybe it's going to be Grimes. Maybe a guy like Hart even gets thrown into the deal. Obi to make it RJ to make things work. You know, you need to give up some to get some. And I don't see any a guy becoming an unrestricted free agent to be able to just sign with us. You know, we may not even have the cap space. So it's probably going to be a trade, ladies and gentlemen, if and when that happens as well. Yeah, Walter says Thibs will be that deciding factor on the playoff position. He had them great tonight. I think execution, yeah, like we've been talking about, is going to be big. Tom Thibodeau's not good X's and O's. It's going to be a lot of isolation. Randle and Brunson, you know, brace yourself. Yeah, the thing is, we got guys now that can defend, help those guys be fresh for the fourth quarters. You know, Hart, Grimes quickly. Now we're stacking up two-way guys, which is big. You can never have enough two-way guys in this league. If RJ picks up his defense, becomes a two-way guy. If Obi's defense can pick up and become more of a two-way guy, then the more and more dangerous we get. That's going to be big as well. Yep. Yep. Hackenstein had his best game of the season. Yep. Facts. I would love for us to take Jalen Brown, man, off their hands too, man. I don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe a three-way trade. Maybe we did need to trade RJ and some picks and get involved in a three-way deal. I really think Bradley Beal could be that dude heading to Boston. Yeah, play with his guy Tatum. Let's see. You know, I don't know what the Wizards want. You know, I don't know if they think KP, Kuz, and Beal can get them there, but they're forever a middling team of the Wiz. You know, I think the sooner they trade Bradley Beal for 4 or 5 first-round picks and get on with it, the better. You know. They keep trying to be middling, yeah, and keep trying to be loyal to Beal, but they just need to do what Brooklyn did and rip that band-aid off, ladies and gentlemen, straight off. But it's all about these Knicks, baby. 6 games over. It's been incredible first part of this season, chopping this up with you all as we get ready to have some fun. Now chill out, relax, watch some All-Star buzz happening around the league and these Knicks, and a great night going 6 games over, punking the Atlanta Hawks in ATL, making Trae Young and DeJounte Murray look small. You know, this is what I'd be doing to DeJounte Murray and Trae Young if I was out there. Josh Hart, RJ Barrett and co. Putting the beat down, locking them down with sweat and grimes out there. New York Knicks look like a well-oiled machine, balanced, scoring and defense right now. And we're about to get better with Mitchell Robinson coming back. It's going to be huge. Can't wait for this break, the All-Star buzz. Like you said, Friday night, the feeling's right. Mark Berman up in the house, EJ, the chat, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And let's get it on that. We having some fun talking about the first part of this season and what's to come. Let's go Knicks Streets, Knicks Nation. Shout out to the best fan base in the biz. Smashing that like button as the streets are buzzing. Have a great night. Peace. Blessings. Let's go. Salute. Go New York. Go.